My mama's living. I never had a hungry day. My mama's living. Never had a hungry day. Ever since my mother passed away, wine ball in my pocket might try to help me make it each and every day. My pocket full, try to help me make it day by day. Sometimes I get so disgusted, I feel like throwing my whole life away. My mama's living. I was love on the kind of me. My mama's living. I was love on the kind of me. I'm out in a world of darkness with eyes in my soul that cannot see. Mike, help me out there. All right, Polly. my mama's living. I never had any hungry day. Well, where my mama's living, I never had any hungry day. Out in the world of darkness, Mike and Paul, with eyes that cannot see.
Louisiana Red, first of all, let me say thank you very, very much for being with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And playing great music.
Thank you, Paul.
Let's talk first of all about when my mama was living. You never knew your mama, did you?
No, I never saw my mother. She died 7 days after I was born. 7 days. My grandmother adopted me. She called a little bit. My aunt told me that she died, my Aunt Corrine. I said, Aunt Corrine, how did my mother die? She said she was following her father's funeral coaches. She loved her father, William Minter, as my grandfather. Followed his funeral hearse all the way to the graveyard. It was cold in Alabama. It was cold in the winter, and she caught pneumonia. I don't know what that is. It's kind of disease of pneumonia. She died right after I was born. She died.
So when you say when my mama was living, you're really talking about your grandma?
Yeah, I'm talking about my grandmother, yeah.
Because she's
I call her my mother. I call her my mother.
Yeah.
Just before I went in the army, she died. And I didn't go to work that day. I was working on Pennsylvania Railroad as a switch tender. I didn't go in that day at all. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat or nothing. I couldn't eat for days. I said my grandmother was like a mother to me.
Yeah. So you weren't always working in music?
No, I was working the steel mill. I worked in Clairton, Pennsylvania, U.S. Steel. Then they transferred me to Homewood, Pennsylvania. I was in the open hearse number 5. I'll never forget that. And I worked there, and we got transferred to Gary, Indiana. And I went to the Steel, U.S. Steel. And I stayed there for one time. I went in the Army. And then he had died. We had a funeral before I went in the Army. And I went in the Army. I said, I ain't got nothing no more to be in this place for. And I went on over. The first thing I knew, I was in Pecan, Korea.
Korea?
That's right.
But now, were you playing when you were working in the steel?
Yeah, I was playing little clubs. We would call them penny ante clubs, but that was experience, you know.
Well, Gary, Indiana is very close to Chicago.
Yeah,
Illinois.
That's when I started going to Chicago frequently.
And is that how it came up? You know, how did it come about that you recorded for Chess Records?
Chess? Well, I was about around 15 then. My brother went. He ordered a record from Randy's Record Mart in Nashville.
Gallatin, Tennessee.
Gallatin, Tennessee. It said, Muddy Waters. Feel like going home? And on the other side, can't be satisfied. No, that was it. And then I said, what kind of music is this? And I didn't know it was Bolinick. And I went on the phone, called the Chess Brothers, Leonard and Phil Chess. I told him my name is Rocky Fuller. I want to meet Muddy Waters. So I said, what does he look like? He said, he's a big fellow. He said, so we'll send you a picture of him. And I got that picture right at home, right at my son's house now. The first picture he had a short haircut and a big King guitar. So he came to Pittsburgh and got me and took me to radio station KDKD. They had a recording studio in there, and the Chess Brothers recorded me. That's where funeral hearse my door come from. And he gave me the money to come to Chicago. Phil met me at the station. and took me down to the aristocrat office. I did not know that Mr. Muddy Waters, and I called him that then, was coming down. He knew me. He said, "Hi, Rocky, I heard you got my stuff. You playing my stuff." And I give him a demonstration. I have a little guitar, a silver tone. And I started feel like going. He said, "Yeah, that's me, all right." He said, "Come on, let's go." And Miss Geneva fixed me some dinner. That was his wife. And, boy, that was one day I'll never forget. I met little Walter, and we just became just like brothers. And he took me down, bought me some pants and outfit. So the studio was down on Michigan Avenue, and it's still there in Chicago now. I visited when I was there. And you can see our session, our picture in there, if they ain't told now. Me and Muddy and Little Water on this side. And that's how that record come. He did it all over again in his studio in Chicago. They took the test pressing there, let Phil hear it, and he liked it, and I did it over again. And that's Muddy Waters backing me up on guitar, and Little Walter on harmonica. Emotion, won't you somebody call the law? A crime emotion, won't somebody step out and call the law? Baby's out there with another man, laying out there in the raw. And the door's out now. Everybody on the street. Break the doors all down. Everybody out on the street. I want you to arrest anybody. Anybody, even you, the police. Catch him, gotta hang in there 5th degree. Soon as you catch him, they gotta hang in the 5th degree. For all the suffering they caused me.
Talk a bit about Crime in Motion.
That's Kent Cooper now. He wrote that song for me.
Kent Cooper, yes.
He wrote it on Blue Labor Records.
That's right. You recorded on Blue Labor.
With Peg Leg Sam,
yeah.
Sugar Blue, Brownie McGee, and Roosevelt Sykes.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
But you have done Crime in Motion on your new album, your latest album.
Yeah, I did it on a new album.
And it's called Black Bayou.
That's it.
You have a band which is led by Little Victor.
That's a good
Tell us
friend
about
of mine.
Little Victor.
Little Victor is a character. One thing, I love him so much, you know. He got this session together. He's the producer of it. And he said, Red, why you doing... I had to do the Newton Festival. He said, well, while we're there, we'll record down there. Because he always wanted to record behind me with his band. And that's what happened.
He's put a good band behind you, but it's got some amazing guests on the album as well.
Yeah. Norwegian
Kim Wilson on harp.
Kim Wilson.
And Bob Corritore.
Bob Corritore.
And, oh yes, and also, I don't know how you say his name, Jostein Forberg. And you also got Dave Maxwell on piano, who is absolutely the man.
Yeah, I meet him in July in Canada.
And another Norwegian, Reidar Larsen.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting, actually, because this is your latest piece of work, and you have been a prolific writer of songs over the years. Yeah. But on this album, you've done loads of songs from that first album that you did. I'm Louisiana Red.
But it's a different style.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's very, yeah, it is different. Ride On, Red, Ride On.
Uh-huh.
Too Poor to Die. Roman Stranger.
Roman Stranger, that's mine.
We're also doing Death Letter here.
Yeah, that's Mr. Sunhouse.
Sunhouse, of course, yeah. And you knew Sunhouse?
Yes, sir.
Just the same as you know everybody.
Yeah.
But
he was a Pullman porter.
Right, yes.
I used to go see him in Buffalo, New York. And I'd get off my job and catch a train up to Buffalo and stay there till I go back to work next Monday. And the boss would get after me, Red, you don't want to work. And I give him the idea, in the idea box. These guys here working, pulling these chains. That's asking what I was telling you about. I said, I got a better way, I think. This is my idea now. Make short hooks where the drums can lay down and come on a chain, come on a conveyor, and they sit down, just pull the chains like that and pull them out real easy. He told me, go over to the machine shop and give it to Joe over there. He was a machinist. He made some hooks, small hooks like that. You know what I did? I took one of them wrenches. It was so shiny. You know I got that slide now? That piece of short little thing. It's off a bone hammer. I still got that. It's got history behind it. I played in many gigs.
You've got several different slides.
Yeah, you know.
All different materials?
Yeah, this is glass. This is made like Samurai Kuda got. This is made out of Harvey's Bristol cream bottle, and I like it because it's blue glass. And this here is what Elmo James used, the same kind of thing. And this one here is the Sunhouse used. This is copper. And he gave Jerry Ricks one, and Jerry gave it to me. That same slide that he had on Death Leather, and that same guitar like that, but only silver.
Michael Messer, can I just ask, how has this tour come about, and how much of it is there?
Red and I met via a mutual friend a bit less than 10 years ago, and then occasionally over the years since then, we've spoken and kind of said we really should do something, and then it drifts as it drifts. And then a festival, the Azimut Festival in France, you know that festival? They called me up and they said, we'd love you and Louisiana Red to do a show. And I got on the phone to Red, and it turned out that he couldn't do that night. But I said to him, look, we got to do this. Why don't you come to the UK and we do a couple of dates? So I put word out that we wanted to do a couple of dates, and within 24 hours we had a 15-date tour.
Great.
You know, it's a long time since he's been here, and I think it's really important that he comes to Britain and that British audiences are aware of who he is and what he does.
Well, thank you both for some wonderful music, and thanks for talking to us.
Well.
I enjoyed you, Paul. I know you played harmonica like that.
Yeah. Well,
I know you played harmonica.
You got me out of, I mean, that was left field there. I was expecting to come here and just sit and listen and talk to you.
Yeah.
But, you know, thank you for asking. That's very kind.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then. I believe your baby's dead. Pack my suitcase and head down the road. There my baby, cruising boat. Oh, pack up my suitcase and I head on down the road. When I need from me, my baby's on the cool road. Well, I took my head, slowly walk away. Goodbye, baby, I see you till the judgment day. Well, I shook my head and I slowly walked away. Well, goodbye, baby, you gotta lay there, Lord, the judgment day. Paul, I hear you now. I shook my head and I walked, slowly walk away.